All right, guys. So 2019 was a year of return, and of course we've gone past that. But the importance of that celebration and what it means will linger on for, I guess, the rest of the years ahead. Anyway, so I have two guys with me. I saw them on. I saw John on Instagram. I followed the hashtag, and he seems to be one of the people who really had the most fun around this period. So I invited him to come over with his friends, so we share his experience of the year of return. So welcome, guys.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Pleasure.
It's a pleasure being here.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
So let's sort of, what got you to want to be a part of year of return?
Sure. Hey, you want me to start or?
Go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, I guess what got me into it, I really got the advert. The marketing was phenomenal for the year return. I don't know who set it up. Whoever's responsible. I heard it was the Ministry of Tourism. Whoever was did this phenomenal job. So I got the advert. I have a group of like-minded individuals through a group called Afropolitan. It's a group founded by a Nigerian founder, and essentially his mission is just to just connect the diaspora through common experiences. He marketed us through I have a Black professionals group. I live in the Bay Area, so as soon as he blasted it out, I said, let's do it. And we got to meet everyone, and just the organization and the sheer events they put on. It was real, and it definitely kind of connected a lot of us, and I'm sure John could speak on it, on just kind of what we went through.
Word. Shout out to Ekshe and shout out to Jem for connecting people together.
What's up, Jim?
Across continents. Amazing. Yeah, so we landed and we had already a whole itinerary of what's happening at each day, when to arrive. We got a WhatsApp group that has about 80 people, all from the States and the UK. So we got people from New York and the Bay Area and London as well. So part of the experience and one of the best parts of the trip actually was to meet people from all over and being able to connect through this common thread of coming home. And for me, the way that I heard about the year of return was also through the marketing, also the artists that came last year. A lot of artists came for Afro Nation, Afrochella. So seeing the way that they came through and represented, it brought that to my attention. And also the way that Afrobeats has been on the rise. So I've been building my playlist since 2016. Wizkid, Burna Boy, a whole bunch of other artists, and that really got me into the culture. And also for me, being Dominican, my family's from the Dominican Republic, and I'm first generation in the United States.
Okay.
So trying to understand a lot of where I come from has been big, and knowing that the year of return represents 400 years since the first slave ships went to the United States, it got me really curious to know what it was like for the first slaves to leave what is Cape Coast.
Cool. What about you? What is your heritage like?
So my heritage, we are brothers from the same island. So my family's from Haiti. Shout out to Tunaix. You already know we out here.
Ya tú sabes que lo que.
So of course I had to really come see where all my roots are from. Just talking to my family, different stories. I hear answers we originated from Ghana area, Benin, Togo. I'm not too certain, unfortunately, where to track that. But it was just so cool, seeing the Cape Coast, like John mentioned. It was just unreal seeing that. And I had to come see it with my own eyes. I've read about this all my life, and to actually be here, in Ghana, it's a black country, black everything, black going. I'm just like, it's amazing.
You talked about reading it before getting here. What was one big thing that really shocked you? Maybe a cultural shock, perhaps, when you got here?
Big thing that shocked me. I'd say the biggest shock was honestly everyone's just energy, just how welcoming and just friendly and just easygoing everyone is, and I maybe even too easygoing. I've been waiting in restaurants all week, these long times to get food, but it's just so cool. Everyone is akwaba, everywhere you go, and they're like, oh, my brother, and they do the little pound thing with the chest, and I like it all. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Great.
For me, it's a lot of going around and seeing people who look like you and people who have curly hair, people who have different styles of braids. listening to Afrobeats everywhere you go. Usually it's me in the States asking for if I could put my aux cord to put a playlist, and every Uber driver I've been to is already playing Afrobeats. So just seeing that, and yeah, just seeing how people are welcoming. It's been an incredible opportunity here to just be here.
Great. A lot of people have some sort of a profound moment when they visit the castles. You went to the Cape Coast one.
Yeah, I went to the Cape Coast.
How was that experience like for you?
Man, it was. I'm still trying to process what it's like to be there, to know that my ancestors left through the door of no return and never came back, and it's crazy. During my time there, one of the things that the tour guide was mentioning was we'll go passing through the door of no return, but unlike those before you, you will definitely return. And that I had chills going through. And I remember before coming to Africa, I was all packed and everything. And my mom, she's like, "Don't forget this," and she gave me a Dominican flag. And I brought my Dominican flag to Cape Coast, and I took a picture there and everything, and I sent it to my parents because I'm the first of my whole family to come to Africa. And that is really surreal to know that after all these generations, to be the first to come here, it really is surreal.
Okay. Ghana has some few tourist attractions. Which ones did you go to during the period you've been here?
So we started off at Freedom Square. We did that. We found out it was the second largest square in the whole world. Second to was it?
In China?
Yeah, I forgot what it's called. Tiananmen. There you go. So Tiananmen Square. So we did that. Of course, hit. I don't know the markets' names. So we did a couple of those. We, was your question my favorite, or what have we done?
Yeah, some of the, yeah.
Okay.
We come to the favorites soon.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we did a couple more. We did the Buti Falls.
Buti Falls.
The Botanical Garden.
Exactly, Botanical Garden. I'd say my favorite was probably,
It's tough.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
it was hard, But I could definitely say I enjoyed Cape Coast the most.
Yeah.
That's almost like the reason why I came here.
It definitely is.
I wanted that clarity, and then, I had to just come to see what was going on.
Yeah,
Right.
and another thing about Cape Coast is seeing Black people from all around the diaspora. So me being Dominican, Waydon's Haitian, you see African Americans, people from Jamaica, all the different Caribbean islands, all together, all unified as one just Black group. And it's very beautiful to see. Everyone's curious about their ancestry and where they come from. And I think it's important. I think that, we need to remember where we came from in order to know where we're going. And going to the Cape Coast, it really is like a first full circle moment for us.
Great. I know, John, you're all about Afrobeat, so let's talk about the parties. And this period is the best time to come and party in Ghana.
Oh, man.
Which ones did you do?
Whoa, we did a whole bunch. It's like, oh my God.
It was nonstop. 'Cause,
Yeah.
just coming here, it just made me so happy because, it really, showed me what's in my DNA. Because you guys go all night, every night. It's insane. As soon as we came here, we went to Sky Bar. After that, we hit, New Year's we did Polo Beach Club. We went out to, Bloom Bar. We did Twist. We did, and it's just every night, people were just hanging out.
And that doesn't include Afro Nation, Afrochella that's happening throughout, all this stuff, Polo Beach Club, everything. So a lot of pop-ups going on.
Unreal. And it's I grew up in New York, and it's things end, 3:30, 4. We consider that late in the States. Over here, it's 4 a.m. and people are like, yo, so what's going on? I'm like, y'all crazy.
Yeah.
So it took me a while to really enjoy what was going on. And I was like, now I see where I learned how to turn up.
Okay. So in terms of music, what were some of the cool songs that you probably discovered or you already knew and you were vibing to?
Like John said before, we listen to Afrobeats a lot in the States. One thing I discovered, I never knew Sarkodie was Ghanaian. I never knew that. So, enjoy some of his music, of course. Most of the newer songs I discovered, I've been Shazamming, so I don't really know the names yet. But I just
sing along. Let's get the vibe.
Oh God! Which one?
Fire.
Great. What about you?
As far as music goes, so a lot of Wizkid, Davido. I saw Akon over here. I was like, wow! I seen one of the big, people that it transcends Africa, transcends culture. It was incredible seeing him here. But yeah.
Okay, good. And what about food? Did you try our local dishes? Which ones did you like? Which one were you not so liking?
Yeah, so the rice and beans,
Wache.
Kwache.
The wachi.
Yeah, so that really looks like Dominican food as far as rice and beans. We call it moro de habichuela. So I saw how there was a lot of similarities with that. Also, fufu. Fufu is like a doughy type meal, and you eat it with soup. And that to me was very similar to sancocho, the way that Dominicans have sancocho with a whole bunch of different things in the soup, and including yuca, which is cassava.
Okay.
And I found out later on after trying fufu that fufu is from cassava. And I was like, wow, that's so cool. And then kelewele, we had kelewele every single day. So kelewele is fried plantains with spices in them. So I've never had plantains that had spice in them, and anybody that knows me, I could eat plantains for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So
that's it.
Great.
And of course, you know, I gotta show love to the Ghanaians and your jollof. You know,
I'm
not gonna say which one is the best, but I've eaten it every single day.
Good.
You know, different styles. I had spicy, I had mild, I had it with meat, I had it with no meat. I had it in the bowl, I had it in the plate, I had it everywhere.
seriously, jollof for breakfast too.
Yeah,
I was like, wait,
this morning
we had jollof.
we had jollof and chicken this morning for breakfast.
Great.
Yeah.
And in terms of culture, I even realized that you experienced some salsa somewhere.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. What did you pick up in terms of culture generally? Yeah.
That was also like a surreal moment, because knowing that the salsa beats all derive from African rhythms, polyrhythms, and then the dances too all stem from dances that originated in Africa. And if it wasn't for the diaspora, salsa wouldn't be what it is today. So when I went to see these people performing, I brought my I'm very Dominican, so I brought my Dominican sleeve and everything, and I'm like, wow, I'm actually here in Africa, in Ghana, seeing people dancing salsa the way that we do in the islands. And it was crazy because, you know, in the States, what is marketed to us of what Africa is night and day different than what it is when you actually come here. So I encourage everyone, if you've never been to Africa, please come to Africa, because it's nothing like you've ever seen before.
And West Africa specifically.
West Africa specifically.
Shout out to South Africa. Love you all, but yo, like
West Africa is
it's going on over here.
All right. So let me put on the spot. Give me your top 3 experiences from Ghana. So you think about yours as well.
Okay. Top 3 experiences. Okay, just throw me on the spot, yeah? Okay. I'd say number 1 has to be New Year's. Polo Beach Club. It was beyond lit.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best news I've ever brought in 2020. Big year.
Yeah.
And y'all love fireworks. Fireworks everywhere. Like everywhere I was doing my thing. So like that was super cool. I'd say if I could have 2 number 1s, obviously Cape Coast, like I mentioned before. I like that experience was like it was unreal. Like I'm still thinking about it like to this day. I can't wait to share with all my friends, my family. It was just like to even speak on it. I'm like still absorbing it. And I'd say since those are my 2 top ones. Okay, so I guess like my true number 2 would be I'd say more of the natural aspect. Yeah. Like when we're taking trip, like obviously I loved all the partying. Don't get me wrong, that was a great time. But just like hitting the botanical gardens, all the stories about like who plants it, what tree does this represent, what's this, all the natural medicine. Like like we were just shaving off barks and eating them, like like different herbs,
a cinnamon tree.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, that was cool. That's probably my top moments.
Great. How about you?
Dang, this guy, he hit up my favorite top moments. So it's kind of hard.
Pretty much the same, man.
Yeah, definitely Cape Coast. I'd say number 1, the most impactful one. The festivals, being part of the festivals and seeing all the Afrobeat artists that you listen to in the States, but right there in person, that was really surreal. There's stuff like not to sing along with everybody that was there. And I think also just being in a place and just seeing everyone together and just celebrating life, right? Being happy, feeling welcome everywhere you go, hearing Aquawa everywhere. And we went Aquawa everywhere. We went to a restaurant and there were people performing and the music, seeing the percussion, and what they were saying, welcome home. And when they were saying that, I'm like, wow, like this is my my motherland, you know. So to realize that, it's incredible.
And we've been reading from forums that a lot of wild things happened as well. I mean, we are formally friendly chatting. Without going into detail, did you experience some wild stuff as well?
I mean, it's let me see. I'll give the PG answer. You know, it was a good vibe. You know,
It was a good vibe overall, everywhere.
It's everything that you would expect. You know, when all our people get together, we all excited to see each other. So yeah, it was definitely a good time.
Great.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's time for you to go back home. What are you taking in terms of artifacts and gifts? What Ghanaian stuff are you taking with you back home?
Yeah, so I'm taking this bracelet. That's one of the things I'm taking.
So you found out your name is Kwesi?
I found out my name is Kwesi. And actually, we found out during our tour guide, we were in the bus, and then on the bus ride on the way to Cape Coast, they were telling us how our names, depending on the day that we're born, we're giving a Ghanaian name. And I never knew that before coming here. So I found out that I'm Kwesi, and actually Waydon is also Kwesi because we're both born on the same day on Sunday. So yeah, that's one of the things. I'm also bringing, some clothes for my mom, my dad, my brothers who are not here. And I sent a text to my parents about my experience here, and they really took it to heart, and they said that they want to come here.
Great.
After talking to them about it all. So that's something that I'm looking forward to, coming back to Ghana and experiencing it with my family.
How about you?
Similar things. I got a whole bunch of bracelets. I got keychains, whatever people were just throwing at me selling. A couple shirts, and we actually got some shirts custom made, some tailor made. So that's my gift to myself.
So
Okay.
you know,
So we got measured. I got the formal dress. I got some casual.
Good.
But for all my family and friends, I just brought just more traditional clothes, so they could kind of share the culture with us, even if they couldn't be here.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, guys, have a safe trip back home. I mean, we are friends now, so I'll be following up to see what you guys go through. It's a wrap.
All right.